Yeah, man. The other thing that I was watching football and I was like, you know what, Bruce was right about this is that the Cincinnati Bengals do not want to win football games. And just sometimes by chance and by the luck of the draw, they have no choice but to win the game. But oh my God, I was watching this game, and we don't got to go through last week's games, but we do got to talk about this because I was watching this game, and Cincinnati had the ball, and they were I can't even remember what it was, but Cincinnati had the ball in the red zone with like 2 minutes left in the game, and they handed it to their running back, who stopped at the at the 1 yard line. Essentially, he stopped at the 1 yard line, tried to slide. It was an awkward slide. He got tackled. He hurt his knee. Now his knee. I don't know the status of his knee, but he didn't come back into the game, and he did all of that. Now you're watching this game and like, oh, okay, he did all of that. Now they're gonna take a knee. They're gonna run the clock down to like 20 seconds, kick the field goal, go ahead and get a ball to the other team. That's what conventional wisdom tells you.
I'm sure they didn't do that.
They did not do that. They did not do that because conventional wisdom is under the premise that you want to win the game. But to your point, Cincinnati Bengals do not want to win football games. So right after their running back just sacrificed his knee, the coach is like, you know what? You know what? Let's just go out there and score. Yeah. And the QB sneak and scores a touchdown. And I mean, they go ahead. Yeah, they get the lead, but now Denver gets the ball with like a full minute and a half plus on the clock. They might have one timeout. I don't know. They didn't even give them to drain all their timeouts. Like it was bro. Like, I had no idea what they were doing. And shocker, shocker, Denver goes downfield and it ties it up. And here's the QB sneak right here. So my man just messes me up trying to stop the clock and let the clock run out, and then they just go back and like, you know what? Fuck that guy. Let's go. So he on the sideline in the cast with his leg and his knee, and they just go out there and score. So that's just a spit in the face to my man. But I digress. And then Denver comes back. They tie it up. They send it to overtime. And then in overtime, Cincinnati's got an opportunity to put the game away. It felt like a 25-yard field goal. My man kicks it right into the post. Misses the field goal. Denver gets another shot, but they couldn't do nothing with it. And then finally, T. Higgins put the game away. But yeah, man, I watched that game thinking the whole time, like, yeah, Bruce called it, man.
They do not want to win. They play amazing, and then they be like, wait, are we about to win? We got to do something about that. Score the touchdown now.
It's like a clause in their contract, man. This got to be the most exciting game ever whenever they play football. And if it's not, then they failed as Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, man. We can get into Bet It Up.
All right. These are the games from last week. Like I said, we don't got to go through them, but here's our totals for the weeks. I went 10-5. You went 8-7. That brings us to 119.
Oh my God, you are pulling away from me, damn it.
That brings me to 119 and 105, and you are at 114 and 110.
I gotta have a hell of a week this week.
Hey man, this is your opportunity because this week everything, all logic goes out the window. Every game might as well be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. That's where we at right here. Ugly football. First game of the week is starting at 4:00 today, I believe. Cleveland Browns are going into Baltimore. Baltimore is at home. They are laying 19.5. I did a real quick one. I did a real quick look at who's starting and who's starting and who's not starting, and playoff ramifications. What it said was that Baltimore does need this game for playoff implications, so they are expected to be a full go. Cleveland, I believe they're still going with Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you leading bat off this week.
All right. 19 points, no problem. Give me Baltimore. Baltimore is going to destroy Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I don't know why they took my man Jameis Winston out of the game for this. Like
Wait, hold on,
for
real quick. Maybe this might change your mind. The Cleveland Browns are starting Bailey Zappi this week.
oh my God, no, doesn't change my mind at all. The 19 points, no problem. I said it before and I'll say it again. 19 points, no problem. Give me Baltimore. dog, Lamar Jackson, dog, that game against the Texans, oh my God, dog. Like what's wrong with that man? Dog, like I said, I've never seen anybody do a no look touchdown pass or they throw the ball and just turn around like touchdown and they walk to the sideline.
Yeah, no. As far as the MVP race, Lamar Jackson said, "Allow me to reintroduce myself." I mean, it was going into that game. It was Josh Allen, and man, Lamar has put together a hell of a year to where you can't not include him in that conversation. And if they give him 19 and a half, this it'll be hard. It'll be a hard vote this year. With that being said, yeah, man, I can't. I mean, I could see that Baltimore goes up like 28-0, and then they pull everybody in the second half, and then Bailey Zappi goes out there and puts up 10 points. I don't know, and breaks the cover. But yeah, no, I'm going with Baltimore too.
Yeah, man. Oh, go ahead and do the next one.
Cincinnati Bengals are going to Pittsburgh. They're going to Pittsburgh tonight. Pittsburgh is kind of in the what do you call it? Pittsburgh is kind of in the Detroit Lions position where, depending on how the game before goes, the game might not mean anything. But Mike Tomlin taking a Dan Campbell approach. He said, "We full go." They're playing all the starters. Blah blah blah. Go ahead.
Duh. So I saw this game and I had to laugh, man, because as soon as I looked at it, I was torn. I was like, "Oh my God!" So we just got finished talking about Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati is a team that does not want to win. Cincinnati is a team that does not want to win games. So how can I pick them? But then I went on the other side and I seen Pittsburgh. And I predicted this year that Pittsburgh was only going to win midway through the season. I predicted that Pittsburgh was only going to win 4 games throughout the season. People called me crazy. People were like, oh, Bruce, you're just a hater. You're just a hater. And I am like right on the verge of that coming through with a loss to Cincinnati, in the last game of the season. So I was like, dang, I don't know if Pittsburgh has been playing horrible these last few games. So I'm out on I don't know what to do. But with that being said, you don't get better against Mike Tomlin, and Cincinnati doesn't win games. So give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. Cincinnati's defense is still bad. They've been playing better than they have been, but they're still bad. And the game they won last week against Denver is not the type of game that you want to play against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not a great team, but they are a well-coached team, and they're not going to let you get away with making mistakes like they made last week. So yeah, I'm with you. Give me Pittsburgh.
And I'm not betting for Pittsburgh. I'm betting for Mike Tomlin. Let's get that straight.
Next up, we got Buffalo going to New England. I looked at it. It said that Josh Allen is going to start the game because he's got a Ironman start record going on, so he's going to start to keep that going. But they're going to pull him at some point and put Mitch Trubisky in.
The one play. You let him hike the ball, take a knee, and then he goes to the sideline and sips on wine and tequila shots for the rest of the game. What is their problem?
I'm assuming he's going to go one drive, and he'll probably throw it in for a touchdown, and then, yeah, those shots will be ready, waiting for him.
Yeah, man, that's craziness. I understand getting a record, but a drive is too much, man. Like I said, that man come in, snap the ball, take a knee, go to the sideline. Hey, it counts as a start.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is we're the same people that said, hey, let Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and the whole Detroit Lions team play an entire football game, and a game that had no bearings on the playoffs. So I think a drive.
Yeah, but
Josh Allen will be all right for a drive.
Yeah, but we built different, man. All the rest of the leagues are wussies.
Josh Allen is that guy that came in here and came in and walked right out of Ford Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're taking Buffalo on this one.
You didn't even have to ask. You already know. Buffalo. New England is nowhere near a threat.
Yeah, like we said, barring catastrophic ending to the season. Jerry Mayo would be back as coach. So if you lose to a Josh Allen list Buffalo Bills in a blowout at home, I think that might be a catastrophe.
Who is the lead for the number one pick right now? Is it New England or is it another team?
Nah, it is the Giants.
The Giants.
The Giants got bounced when they beat Indianapolis last week. They didn't get bounced, but they fell like to fourth, I think. So I think it's the Raiders.
Oh, okay.
NFL mock draft 2025. With the number one pick right now would be no, you're right. With number one pick would be the New England Patriots. Is this right? Right now it says order is current entering week 18 game. So it says the New England Patriots got the number one pick, Tennessee Titans number 2, and the Cleveland Browns number 3.
Oh, how far are they falling?
The Raiders are they must have traded their pick or something because they got the A. Well, no, maybe they're not because the Jets are 7th, Panthers 6th. Yeah, but no, the Patriots are looking at the number one pick. So yeah, man, go ahead. I mean, no disrespect to Jerry Mayo, but yeah, go ahead, fire Jerry Mayo. Bring in a new coach with the number one overall pick. You know, that's a good starting point. That's what I would do. All right, Chicago Bears are going into Green Bay. Green Bay is at home. They are giving 10. Green Bay is sitting at the 7th seed, but with a win, I think they could go to the 6th seed. So all reports are that everybody's going to play for Green Bay. Green Bay minus 10. Oh yeah, go ahead. I go ahead. I'll let you go.
So man, Chicago is gonna take this game, man. Put all your faith in Caleb Williams. He gonna come out and he gonna put the team on his back and give me Chicago plus 40. I mean 40 points to 3 is what I will not say. Um of course Green Bay is gonna win this game, man. I don't even think it's gonna be a game. It's a divisional game, but all the Chicago players are checked out. Nobody wants to play. Uh, Caleb Williams has to go home and reassess if he's going to be a pro player. And yeah, man, there's no chance Chicago wins this game.
We feel like it's my man Lee Corso. He's like not so fast. Green Bay had an opportunity to gain some respect in my book and take out the Minnesota Vikings. They couldn't do it. Now the Lions are like, move out the way. We'll do it. Y'all couldn't do it. Go back on over there. And I don't know, that might be bleeding into my thoughts this week, but I've said it all season long. I don't believe in Green Bay. I think Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur are a perfect combination together because I think both of those guys, when their backs are against the wall, they fold. And I think that Chicago, this game couldn't be more meaningless for Chicago. So this is the perfect opportunity for them to go out there and at least make it a game. Green Bay might win. You know, I can see Green Bay winning it on a field goal or something like that. But this just seems like a game where Green Bay has the opportunity to do something and be successful, and they just squander it away and just look like a shell of themselves. So I'll take the 10 with Chicago.
Okay.
Right. How about this game? Houston Texans going to Tennessee. I'm trying to remember what I saw about Houston because I'm assuming Tennessee is giving 1.5. So I'm assuming that that CJ Stroud is not playing. And meanwhile, I think Will Levis is getting the start, but the coach said that what's my man's name? Mason Rudolph will be on standby.
If CJ Stroud is not playing, I would. Oh dang, that's tough. CJ Stroud. Who is the Texans' backup?
That's a good question. So is D'Amico Ryans? I think that's real. I don't know. They're saying CJ Stroud might be dealing with an injury. I'm not saying anything about him not playing.
Yeah, I think he took a hit to the head in the final moments of the game or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It looks like CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, and Nico Collins will not be playing this week.
Okay. So I'll take Tennessee with the points.
Let's see the backup for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans backup QB is Davis Mills. Oh, the Davis Mills show is back. Whenever the Texans need a quarterback, man, Davis Mills is always there.
Dang, I hate to put my faith in Will Levis though, man. Damn.
Yeah, this is true. You taking Tennessee?
I'll take Tennessee. They sitting all their players. I'll take it.
All right.
I wonder if what's his name is playing. What's the DE that they drafted Williams?
You talking about my man out of Alabama, Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Will Anderson playing? Gets in limited session. Oh, that's old. I got nothing. Couldn't tell. I can't tell you on that one.
I'm gonna stick with Tennessee just because they got all their starters playing, and Houston is hitting so many people.
All right. I'm gonna take Houston because Tennessee sucks. Uh,
Tennessee does suck, man, and I'm jealous of you for having picked that.
Washington is playing Dallas. I believe that Dallas. I'm sorry, not Dallas. I believe Washington is playing everybody who's going to be healthy. Dallas is at home. They're getting 6.5.
I'll take Washington, man. Dallas sucks. Uh, I heard no Dak is not playing, even though Cooper Rush has been coming in. He's been doing all right. CD Lamb is not playing. The Cowboys just released Ezekiel Elliott. Not that that matters much, but I think the Cowboys are in off season mode. So give me Washington.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let me Jaden Daniels. Yeah. Yeah, Jaden Daniels versus Cooper Rush. I mean, the headline says it all right there. I'm with you. Give me, give me Washington. Give me Washington. This ought to be a fun game. Jacksonville going into Indianapolis. Indianapolis ruined my parlay, losing to the New York Giants. Still no, what's my man name? No Anthony Richardson playing. Jacksonville getting 3.5 on the road.
Usually I would pick Indiana in this game, but Indianapolis lost to the Giants, and how can you do that? Give me Jacksonville.
I'm with you. At this point, give me the best player on the field, and I love Brian Thomas Jr. still, so give me Jacksonville as well. Speaking of the lowly New York Giants, they are going into Philly. No Jalen Hurts, no Kenny Pickett, no Saquon Barkley. Philadelphia giving 1.5.
What about AJ Brown?
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, both doubtful.
Yeah, I'll take the. I can't believe I'm saying this. I, I'll take the Giants, man. Malik Neighbors is gonna. I mean, he's gonna be the only player on the field. So yeah, give me the Giants.
Oh man, I would love to take Philadelphia, but I would love to take Philadelphia, and I normally would take Philadelphia, but the only reason I'm going to take the Giants is because the Giants have already ruined their draft position one week. So what more? How could the Giants giant it up more? Here's a couple of opportunities, just boom, mess it all up, and win. Go ahead, go out there and win another game. So yeah,
Hey, thanks, Doug. You made it all make sense. The Giants are gianting.
so I gotta take the Giants on this. Man,
We lost every game this season. Let's win now.
man, the Detroit Lions laid the blueprint. You know, ruin your draft stock at the end of the year over and over and over. And one day, a former player will come back and save your franchise. The New Orleans Saints are going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers at home, they're giving 14. Everybody's playing for Tampa Bay. And I believe Spencer Rattler's probably still getting the start. No Alvin Kamara. It's looking to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, man. They just decided, like, hey, somewhere in the middle of the season, they decided let's implode. Um, yeah, 14 points is a lot of points, but still, still the New Orleans won't manage to cover that. Baker Mayfield and them will come out and destroy them.
Yeah, Tampa Bay put up 40-14 against somebody. I think it was New Orleans the last time that I picked. I think that was a Monday Night Football game that nobody watched. I remember that because I think we were sitting here doing the pod. But yeah, I got no reason not to take Tampa Bay. Carolina Panthers. This might be a good game, actually. Carolina Panthers are going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Atlanta's at home. They're giving 7.5, coming off of a loss to the Washington Commanders.
This is definitely going to be a good game, man. Carolina has come a long way from where they were at the beginning. Well, a long way is a strong word. Carolina is doing better than they were at the beginning of the season. They've made themselves into a somewhat respectable team, and Atlanta with Michael Penix is looking pretty good. Michael Penix came out and they played a good game against Washington last week in the battle of the rookie quarterbacks. That was a really good game, but with the 7 points, I will take Atlanta's giving 7 points or giving 7 points.
Atlanta is giving 7.5.
Oh, well, I'll take Carolina with the points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Carolina has. I mean, no, I agree with you. I agree with your first mind, and they've come a long way to where they look like they didn't even deserve to be in the NFL. To where now they've, at the very least, Bryce Young has shown that he does have the potential to be a starting quarterback in this league. Michael Penix has looked fine, and he's done just enough, but he hasn't lit the league on fire, or he hasn't had a coming out party yet. So maybe this is the game where he has his coming out party with 7.5 spread. This could very well be it. But I thought that was gonna. Well, I mean, it was his first start, so I get it. And Atlanta's defense can be pretty formidable when they play lesser teams, but and Bryce Young can turn that ball over. But I'm assuming that that's not going to happen. And I think that Carolina takes this as a sign of disrespect, and they could very well come out and win this game. So I'll take Carolina as well. Kansas City Chiefs, who are starting nobody, and Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is getting the start. They're going to Denver. Denver's at home. They're giving 10.5.
Denver is giving 10?
10.5, yep. Denver needs this game to get in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Kansas City is not playing anybody. I'll take Denver.
I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City. I think I'm going to take Kansas City. Denver, Kansas City's not playing anybody. Carson Wentz is not a terrible quarterback. And honestly, I think that Denver gets a lead. And once they build the lead, they're just going to be content with carrying that lead to a victory, covering the 10.5. I think that's a lot of points when you could just get out of there with a victory and go on to the playoffs.
I have to agree to disagree with you on the Carson Wentz is not a terrible quarterback. He wasn't a terrible quarterback when he first came into the league, but he is now. So I'm sticking with my pick.
The LA Chargers are going through Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The most I could see, Jim Harbaugh said that they're a full go. Same thing, they're in the Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions. Stuff could happen, and this game wouldn't mean anything, but they're going to treat it like a regular game. Everybody's a go. Raiders at home getting 4.5.
You already know. I'm
All
taking the
right.
charge.
Yeah. Yeah. Make room. I'm with you. Why would you bet on the Raiders? Um, Now this is a game right here. This is a game to pick, I should say.
Who wants
My
to lose more?
Miami is traveling to New Jersey to take on the New York Jets. I did some deep digging, and I guess Aaron Rodgers is playing. It was hard to find a solid answer, but I'm assuming he is playing. Tunga Vailoa is expected not to play. We're gonna look at another Tyler Huntley start. Um, Jets are at home. They're given half a point.
Um, Miami is terrible without Tua, man. The Jets are bad too, but they're not as bad as Miami is without Tua. So give me the Jets.
Yeah, man, I would love to take the Jet. I mean, I would love to take Miami here. Uh, we were excited to see Tyler Huntley make his debut with Miami earlier this year, and he came out and he looked terrible for like 2 weeks, and then he got hurt. And we were like, man, that did not go as we expected. But last week against the Browns, that's what we expected. He was able to get the ball to Tyreek, and he ran a lot too. He ran and won in for a touchdown. So I was like, yeah, that's what we expected to see. And I would love to take him right here. But Miami going north. In the winter. Aaron Rodgers. This might be Aaron Rodgers' last game with the Jets, and to see him lose and go down in a blaze of glory, that would be pretty fun. But in cases like this, I tend to lean on the best player on the field, and Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson are both suiting up for New York as far as I know. And yeah, Tyreek Hill is amazing, but I don't know if Tyler Huntley is going to be able to give him the ball. So give me the Jets.
Hey, real quick, man. Speaking of that, and we'll probably get into it deeper in the off season, but what do you think the Jets do with Aaron Rodgers? If they cut him, I heard that they end up having to pay him more money than if they leave him on. Than if he stays on the roster. If they cut him, I think they owe him 36 million, and if he plays, he gets like 26 million or some shit like that. So, what do you think the Jets do? I mean, unless he just ups and quits, what do you think that the Jets do with Aaron Rodgers? Does he play one more year off of this season, or do they just cut their losses and move on?
Let me pull up that mock draft real quick. The New York Jets were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. New York right now, according to this mock draft, the Jets are looking at picking 7th overall. I assume that if they win this game, that would drop them even further down. So you're not going to be able to draft a quarterback. So at that point, he got hurt his first year. This is his second year. How much time is left on that contract? I feel like it couldn't have
Just
been
just 1 year.
what, just 1 year?
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. If it's just one more year left, then you gotta sit on that. Yeah, sit on that. You can't draft a quarterback. I don't think you have any assets to move up and go get a quarterback. So yeah, I'm gonna sit on that for this year and try to fast track it because I still have. But Garrett Wilson's coming up. Yeah, man, the Jets are a mess, man. I think Garrett Wilson is coming up for a contract. So, and I think Devontae Adams, the Jets are a mess. Soft Gardner, I mean, they are a mess right now. So yeah, you might as well just ride it out with Aaron Rodgers, man. It's not going. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. So just be patient, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you.
San Francisco 49ers are going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Joshua Dobbs, a quarterback that tried to take everything from me, is getting the start for San Francisco. Arizona
Uh,
is at home, giving 4.5.
man, this is Brucey's time to shine, man. Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna go out and have an All-Star game. Give me Arizona for the win, man.
I got a terrible taste in my mouth because I got to agree with you. Um, Nothing just doesn't matter at all. So this would be a perfect time for Marvin Harrison to finally show up this season and make some noise. San Francisco, Dobbs looked good in one drive with San Francisco when the game was over and Lions were in prevent. So that doesn't mean that he's going to do well this week. And yeah, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison both got some got this is opportunity for them to put something on tape going forward in the next season because this year was a very disappointing year for Arizona Cardinal fans, I imagine.
Yeah, man. Josh Dobbs, man. I mean, he shows those glimpses and flashes, but him putting it together for a whole game, I just can't see it. I don't like if Purdy was playing, I would have picked San Francisco, but I just don't have any faith in Dobbs. And like you said, and to your point, man, I expect Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. to do something this game because they just don't have a choice, man. Like I mean, they got to dig deep and find that pride.
Seattle is going to LA to take on the Rams. Rams are at home. They are getting 6.5. No Matthew Stafford this game. Got no Matthew Stafford, no Puka Nakua, I'm probably no Cooper Cup, and no Kyron Williams. But this was a guy I didn't even know was still in the league. Jimmy Garoppolo is getting the start for the LA Rams.
What about the Seahawks side?
I'm gonna say no Kenneth Walker. But I couldn't. They gave no information on the Seahawks. I'm assuming the Seahawks are eliminated from playoff contention, so this game would just be their go home game. So I assume that everybody's gonna play last game of the season. I'm assuming.
Uh, cool. You said no Puka Nakua Cooper Cup is playing.
If Puka's not playing, I don't see why Cooper Cup will play.
Well, no Matthew Stafford, no Puka Cup, and no I said Puka Cup, Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup. Yeah, I have no reason to pick the LA. Those are the only three players on the team. Um, yeah, I'll take Seattle.
Um, Week 18 sucks because it's just a crazy week. Seattle has been a disappointment this year as well. I was thinking about one of our videos we did earlier this year, and I think you asked me what game I was most excited for. We talked about what games we were most excited for, and you said the San Francisco 49ers. And that game ended up not meaning anything, but it was still a very exciting game. And my pick was the Seattle Seahawks game. And that game, in the grand scheme of things, didn't mean a lot, but at the time, it was a very exciting game. But I thought the Seattle Seahawks would have a much better season than what they did have. I am going to go with the Rams. I think Sean McVay and Jimmy Garoppolo got all week to come up with something. I don't think they're going to go out and get embarrassed. And I just don't have a lot of faith in Seattle.
No, you're not wrong for that.
So I'll take the 6.5. I wish it was 7.5 points. That would make me feel a lot better, but I'll take the 6.5 with LA. All right. And We did all of that, but the only
one question real quick.
yeah.
Who is Jimmy Garoppolo going to throw to?
Oh, I mean, they got a bunch of they got my man Tutu Atwell, Demarcus Robinson. I mean, they got great guys that would be when we're looking for the Allen Robinson. I'm not the Allen Robinson. We're looking for the Josh Reynolds replacement. They got a bunch of Josh Reynolds replacements on their team. So if you telling me that Sean McVay could scheme up enough and their defense is just a muck it up type defense, and you tell me that Geno Smith fumbles a snap or it's another high snap like they've been doing all year, and the Rams get a crazy defensive touchdown, and and just silliness. This game is. I feel like this game is just going to be a bunch of silliness. And at the end of the day, Seattle is just going to hop on that plane and glad that the season is done.
My bad, man. I ain't mean to interrupt you. It sounded like you had a great intro for this last game.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say that we did all of this. We talked about all these games, but at the end of the day, there's only one game that really matters this week.
Only one. There can be only one.
These spreads, 14 points, 19 and a half, just a bunch of meaningless games and games that we already know the outcome of. But one game that we do not know the outcome of is the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions, like you said, for the division, the NFC North division title, for number one seed in the NFC conference playoffs. Everything is on the line in this game. Who you got?
I don't think I've bet against them all year long. It's going to be a long, tough, drawn-out game with our defense hurting the way that it is. But the gritty Lions find some way to pull this game out, and we win this game 40-36. We at home, right?
Yeah.
40-36 at home in a nerve-wracking game that's gonna have me on the edge of my seat all game long, but we're gonna pull it out 40-36.
Well, I'm glad that they have the. I'm glad the Lions are giving 3 and not 3.5, because now I can make my prediction that I'll take the Lions 45, Minnesota 42. Last 3 seconds left on the clock. Jake Bates comes out on the field, 42-42. He kicks a game winner. It goes through the uprights. He lays on the field and hits the Jake Bates pose.
Oh yeah, we won.
The crowd going crazy. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Lions. Dog, I was driving through Hazel Park, and they have a digital billboard up there, and there was I don't even know what the company was. I just saw it at the last minute before I drove by it. But somebody took Jake Bates laying on the field and put their face on him. It was advertising something. And I was like, wow, I don't know what you're selling, but I'll buy it. That was great advertising.
Hell no. But I mean, that was we covered a lot of this video, man. It's a new year. We got a lot. The football season is coming to an end. We moving into the end of the college season. We going into the end of the NFL season, man. And it's been a great season so far, man. Love doing all these shows with you this year, Marcus. We going into the playoff mode, and we'll see you here next week for playoff contention. So with that being said, that's all I got for this week. Peace. Fuck Ohio State.
Detroit.